Hey everybody, this is a clip from the latest episode of the Randi Rhodes Show. If you want the full episode, you can watch live on Free Speech TV, Dish Channel 9415, DirecTV 348, Sling, Roku, and Apple TV.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
There is more testimony coming, several more witnesses over the course of the next several days. We'll put those up on the screen for you as well. And we begin with Catherine Kropp. She is the State Department's special advisor for Ukraine. She is testifying as the result of a subpoena. She is expected to say that during a July meeting with a budget official, she heard them say that Ukrainian aid was on hold at the direction of President Trump. Christopher Anderson, he's a former special advisor to Ambassador Kurt Volker. Volker was the former special envoy to Ukraine. He will talk about vague discussions of Rudy Giuliani demanding that Ukraine open investigations that took place during an Energy Department meeting in this summer as well. And then Timothy Morrison, you see him, we had that one circled for days because it was expected that he would be the first person to testify about a first-hand account of that call. It's believed that he would have been on that July phone call as well. Now we've heard from Vindman, but it's expected that Morrison would corroborate his comments, and he is significant as well because his name was mentioned more than a dozen times in the testimony of Bill Taylor. Bill Taylor, you'll remember, is significant because he is the top diplomat representing the United States right now in Ukraine, who also detailed a quid pro quo.
Yes, we're getting there. We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there. One step at a time, one witness at a time, one opening statement at a time. This is where we are. And I have to tell you, as an added extra attraction, as a bonus round, we got live open testimony today that apparently was on no one's radar. But check this out. The Deputy Secretary of State, the number 2 under Mike Pompeo, John Sullivan, was giving open testimony today to the Senate. So we take our eyes off of the beloved House for just one moment, where we have the majority, and impeachment, will be voted on Thursday. Just the inquiry, just making it official, because the Republicans can't stop complaining about the process. And they can't defend this president. But anyway, today in the Senate, where no one was really looking, the Deputy Secretary of State, John Sullivan, was testifying, apparently, about what was his knowledge in the spring and summer about the involvement of Rudy Giuliani. And, oh, my God, do you remember maybe 2 weeks ago, because they all sort of, don't they blend together? Yes, they do. But do you remember when they got this mysterious package, this weird packet with the calligraphy? I guess Rudy does calligraphy. This is what we told you, right? Apparently, it's another hidden talent of Rudy Giuliani. He only fixes his top teeth, and he can do calligraphy. Isn't that special? So that package was so strange, and it was foisted upon the IG, the Inspector General, over at the State Department. And the State Department IG sat on it for months. He didn't think it was, he thought it was like somebody would, was, doing, news clippings or something like this. Do you know what I'm saying? He thought somebody was making a scrapbook like in Misery. And so he just sat, I put it in his office on a shelf. And then all of a sudden it dawned on the Inspector General of the State Department that this might have something to do with the investigation that was going on in the House of Representatives. It might be germane to their investigation. So he gave it to them and said, look, this is a bunch of clippings. It's very weird. And it's all really dirt about our ambassador, Marie Yovanovitch. And it's got a calligrapher, so, it looked like the White House envelope, and it was very strange, the whole thing. Well, John Sullivan showed up today, and John Sullivan was able to shed some light upon this mysterious package. And he also was able to say, and I want you to remember who John Sullivan was. John Sullivan had the nasty task of telling Maria Yovanovitch that she was out, right? And she wanted to know why. And he was the one who said there was a concerted campaign against her since the summer of 2018, and that she had done nothing wrong, right? That message to Yovanovitch was delivered by the number 2 at the State Department, this man, John Sullivan, who now wants to be our ambassador to Russia.
You were aware that there were individuals and forces outside of the State Department seeking to smear Ambassador Yovanovitch, is that correct?
I was.
And to seeking to remove her, is that correct?
I was.
And did you know Mr. Giuliani was one of those people?
I believed he was, yes.
Oh, my God.
When, in fact, this came about, did you ever personally advocate for a statement of support on behalf of Ambassador Yovanovitch?
At the time of her removal, I did not.
So let me turn then to some of these other questions. What did you know about a shadow Ukraine policy being carried out by Rudy Giuliani?
My knowledge in the spring and summer of this year about any involvement of Mr. Giuliani was in connection with a campaign against our ambassador to Ukraine.
And you were given a packet of disinformation attempting to smear Ambassador Yovanovitch, given to you, as if I recall correctly, our conversation by the State Department counsel?
Mm-hmm. Counselor. Yeah, it was in response to inquiries by the secretary and others about what our ambassador had done. We got, as I understood, that packet of materials.
Now, did the counselor tell you how the package came to him?
He had been given it, either he or the secretary. I believe it was he. He had received that packet from someone at the White House.
And did he tell you that he and the secretary read the package?
He had read the packet. I don't know I don't believe the secretary had.
Did you read the package?
I did.
And what did you think of it?
It didn't provide to me a basis for taking action against our ambassador, but I wasn't aware of all of that might be going on in the background, and to be cautious, I asked that the packet of materials, both for purposes of assessing the truth of the matters that were being asserted and their relevance, and the provenance of the package, who was giving it to us to influence us, be looked at by the Inspector General and by the Justice Department.
Did you know it was Mr. Giuliani who created that package?
I don't know that. To this day, I don't know that.
You didn't ask where did it come from?
I did, but I don't. But yes, I did ask, but I don't know.
And no one told you where it came from?
No.
So it happened by immaculate conception.
Hence my referral of the package.
Get ready to laugh, everybody. Get ready to have a good time, because these open impeachment hearings are going to be just doozies. They're going to be so much fun. It'll be more fun than Halloween. It'll be more fun than Thanksgiving, the best holiday ever, because no gifts are necessary. It'll be better than Christmas shopping. It'll be better than Christmas Day for some of us. Me, because I get Hanukkah. But honestly, it's just, this is just crazy. So let's just discuss for a brief moment why I think John Sullivan is doing this, okay? I think John Sullivan, the deputy secretary underneath Pompeo, is doing this for two reasons. One, he liked Maria Yovanovitch. Everybody did, apparently. He thought she was a professional ambassador, a foreign service worker, a foreign service officer. And he didn't want to see her fired because of stupid Rudy Giuliani's calligraphy, fancy-dancy newspaper clippings like, Sunset Boulevard. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Jamil. Do you know what I mean? Like clipping. He said that, I just didn't think that she should go. I just didn't really think. Anyway. When he got the package, he thought, this is freaky. This is really freaky. But he's also defending Mike Pompeo and helping Mike Pompeo clean up his reputation in all this. Yeah. Because Mike Pompeo, hey, Kansas, he's coming your way. He wants to run for Senate, and he needs people to clear him out of all this. Clear him out of the firing of ambassadors because Rudy Giuliani wants them fired. Right? So that's kind of what's going on here today.